Every time a new project begins, someone inevitably says we should use MongoDB, or Redis, or Cassandra, or some other NoSQL database. But here's the thing, most applications don't actually need NoSQL. In fact, for many projects, MySQL is the simpler, safer, and often faster choice. Let's talk about why. First, let's clear something up. NoSQL does not mean no SQL. It simply refers to databases that don't use the traditional relational model. In other words, instead of sorting data in rows and tables, NoSQL databases store information as JSON documents, key-value pairs, graphs, or wide column data, making them great for specific problems. But somewhere along the way, people started treating them as the default choice. That's where problems begin. Imagine you're building an online store, a booking system, a blog, a CRM, or a SaaS application. All of these have relationships behind them. Customers place orders, users write posts, products belong to categories, employees belong to departments. This is exactly what relational databases like MySQL were designed for. With MySQL, you get ACID transactions, easy and mature indexing, foreign keys, joins, constraints, reliable backups, and decades of optimization. On top of that, you don't have to reinvent data consistency. It will be handled by your database. A common argument is that NoSQL scales better. Sometimes, but here's what people forget. Most applications never reach the scale where that's actually a problem. MySQL can handle tens of billions of records, but the bottleneck is usually bad queries, inappropriate or missing indexes, poor schema design, or indifferent code behind the application, not the database itself. Switching to NoSQL won't magically fix those problems. NoSQL is the right tool in many situations. For example, if you're storing documents where every record has a different structure, MongoDB can be a great choice. If you need an ultra-fast hash, Redis is fantastic. If you're processing massive distributed datasets across many servers, you may want to look into Cassandra. And if you're dealing with big data and processing massive volumes of information across dozens or hundreds of servers, NoSQL databases such as Cassandra or HBase can make a lot of sense. They are designed to distribute data efficiently, remain highly available, and scale horizontally as your workload grows. But here's an important point. Big data isn't just a lot of data. A database with 100 million rows isn't automatically a big data problem. Modern relational databases like MySQL can comfortably handle datasets that are much bigger than that when they're properly indexed, partitioned, and optimized. That's a topic for another video. With big data typically refers to situations when you're processing enormous amounts of information, often from multiple sources at high speed and across distributed systems. Think social media platforms, IoT sensor networks, clickstream analytics, or large-scale log processing. The key to success is choosing NoSQL when your requirements demand it and not because it's trendy. Before choosing a database, ask yourself, do I actually need NoSQL or do I simply need a well-designed relational database? For most projects, MySQL is more than enough. It gives you ACID compliance with consistency and reliability, major tooling, and a huge ecosystem. If you need more complexity and your application genuinely requires it, fine, but do not default to NoSQL as the database of choice. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what's your database of choice and why.